Welcome back. Since we are getting towards the end, we are going to talk about progress. We'll check in on how you feel you are going in the program and discuss the up and down nature of progress. So gently close your eyes and give your breath your full attention, wherever you feel it most. Invite any sounds or distractions into the session. And when you are ready, savor the out breath. Do this for the next few breaths. Now let's think about tension. Are you able to notice it as it arises? What about noticing when it's present in your body? Are you able to release it? What about pain fear? When you're in pain, have you been able to reflect on the difference between your pain sensation and your pain reaction? What about thoughts? How are you going with shoulds, musts, and whys? Are you able to notice how the thoughts and the language you use affects your moods? How do you react when feelings arise? Are you able to notice your reactions? And are you able to think about your values? How are you going with your values? Have you made any choices that move you towards them recently? If you are still here this far into the program, then it's likely you are now more aware of your thoughts. You are probably more aware of the tension as it arises in your body. You're less afraid of your feelings, and you're able to distinguish between pain and pain fear. It's also likely that you are less afraid of your pain. It's possible that you have made all these gains, but still feel like you are exactly where you are when you first started. In times when you experience pain, you might even feel you have gone backwards. This is because progress is not a straight line that points upwards. It dips and rises. You move forward and you have setbacks. As we have already discussed, pain and anxiety can narrow your focus. If you're in a situation where pain has got hold of you recently, and you resorted back to your old ways of coping, then with the narrow focus that comes with anxiety, you can feel like you have made no progress at all. It's at those moments where you are most vulnerable to giving in. Pain and the anxiety that comes with it makes it hard for you to see the whole wide picture, to see your full progress story in amongst the peaks and the dips. Sometimes all you can see is the dip you are currently in. Persisting, pushing forward when you feel like you are moving backwards is what builds strength. Moving towards your values, despite how you feel, is what gets you to where you really want to go in the long run. In our intervention now, we're going to reflect on the 5 different stages of change, just so you can see where you're really at. I'm going to list the 5 different stages, one at a time, and give you an opportunity to reflect on how relevant each stage might be for you. One important thing to keep in mind is that you are never completely in one stage. They are not fixed, but it's still helpful to take stock of where you're at. The first stage is denial of limitations. This is where you do too much, where you try and ignore the problem completely, where you might do activities that are beyond what your doctor or physio recommends you do. Reflect on this. Is this a stage that's relevant to you, or may have been relevant to you? This stage can work okay, provided you do not overexert yourself. The next stage is anger about limitations. This is where you realize you have limitations and are angry about it. Reflect on the relevance of this stage for you, either past or present. The third stage is despondency. This is where you start to become passive and may even start to feel depressed. You are worn down by the pain and you start losing hope. This is where you do activities that are less than what your doctor or physio recommends. Just reflect on this. If you're currently in this stage, then the good news is you're actually over halfway there. The second to last stage is openness to learning new things. This is where you're willing to adapt to your new circumstances. If you've come this far in the program, then it's likely you are at this stage now. Just reflect on that. The final stage is acceptance. This is where you change your painful thoughts into realistic ones. Where you can clearly notice the difference between shoulds and wants. Where you expect setbacks but are not defeated by them. Where you learn to communicate without catastrophizing. And where you know your limitations, but also maintain a regular exercise plan. And when you reward your efforts and not just the results. As Samuel Johnson says, great works are performed not by strength, but by perseverance. Tomorrow will be our second to last session. In that session, we'll talk about pain spikes, and we'll talk about what you can do to plan for them. Be well until then.